this on my floor? Because it wasn't here when I left and ain't nobody here. I always thought that it was somebody living in the motherfucking basement, bitch.
Where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
You guys, what's going on? Welcome back and come on in. You guys already know we got some crazy videos coming up tonight. I promise you guys, you have not seen videos like this, and if you want to find out, stick around, but only at your own discretion. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
What is this on my floor? Because it wasn't here when I left and ain't nobody here. I always thought that it was somebody living in the motherfucking basement, bitch.
I'm gonna take a wild guess from the comments of that video that a lot of you haven't heard of frogging, and not like jumping around and shit frogging. Frogging with a P. That shit is scary, bro. For a little context on that video, there's a mess in this lady's house, and she didn't make the mess, her kids didn't make the mess, and she's convinced that it's somebody else inside her house that made this mess. She's panicking, she's taping off the attic to make sure there's nobody living up there, and like, her friends and family are calling her wild for doing all this, but I believe you, I fucking believe you, because this shit is scary. Frogging is when somebody lives in your house without you knowing. Not because they have nowhere to live, but because it's like an adrenaline rush for them. It's a game to live in your house without you knowing. And there's a whole community of people who do this. I've seen a lot of scary movies. I watched a movie on frogging. I forget what it's called. You could probably look it up. That shit scared me more than any scary movie I've ever watched in my fucking life, because it's a real thing. I kind of lucked out though, because this family has a whole spare room that nobody goes in, so I'm kind of just vibing.
You know,
That's funny. I like how he made light of it. That was hilarious. But at the same time, before he did that, that is super crazy and super creepy. If you guys know of what frogging is, I mean, obviously we do now. But if y'all ever heard of that, let me know. Let me know of anything that you guys know about it, because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
we have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And you can talk about if you're the wokest or woker, but just stay more woke than less woke. Yeah.
Thanks, Kamala. That's all we needed. That's all the country ever needed. We should be good to go now.
Before and after they sold their soul, part 34, Bad Booney. This is him before, and
Bad
this
Booney.
is him after.
No. Crazy.
And we're trying to find out why the police aren't getting the support of the city leaders. Very quickly, your response.
Well, and the officer that just talked to Andrew Schiller was just named Minneapolis Police Officer of the Year for this past year for all the great work that he has done. So, again, I think unless you can hear directly from the officers themselves,
his pupils,
you're going to start to see some filters, and you're really...
Yo, he was tweaked out. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
You have one more cousin to whom I want to introduce you. Would you please turn the page?
Really?
You are directly related to Princess Diana.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Glenn and Diana are 8th cousins. Their nearest common ancestors are Glenn's 7th great grandparents, Sarah and Joseph Strong. By coincidence, the two met at least once in person in 1989 when Glenn was in England promoting a film.
She was lovely.
Do you have any idea that you were related to her?
No, but look at our hairstyles. They're very much alike.
They do very much look alike. That's very crazy. Shoot, if you're proud of your blood type, shout it out below. Shout it out below. That's very crazy.
Sometimes they just malfunction.
Look at the girl. Look at the girl. Oh, oh, oh. Whoa.
Let me show you something. Guys, excuse my voice. I got a bad cold. But this video just keep getting crazier. Bro, somebody in the comments said, look at his mouth. And I rewatched it. Guys, his mouth goes to double the size. Watch this. I slowed it down. Watch it in slow motion. Watch his mouth. What? Bro, what? Oh my God, may Allah protect us, bro. This is...
Yeah, and I do see his mouth. That is wild, but also why is his eyes like that? That's also something to look at.
Instagram account captured what appears to be Till Lindemann from Ramstein shape-shifting his eyes into a reptilian form. I first saw this in Contacto Album 1. This is the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause this because at first I was like, that's obvious contacts, but it does look like there's a shift from like a before and after. So see if you notice it.
So in this video, you can actually see him, you can see normal eyes, and then here you go, right? So I thought that this could be fake, I mean like not from the original video. So I went over to the original video in the concert in Paris, 2017. Indeed, you can find this in 30 minutes and 22 seconds. Well, I'm gonna play the original video, and you guys tell me what you think. Let's take a look at the original video.
That's creepy.
Right now. So pay attention, you got his eyes pretty normal, right? And then, boom, what the heck? I'm gonna zoom in and replay the video. Pay very close attention. What is going on here, guys? Look at that. Oh my gosh. I want to know your thoughts. Is this the real deal or is it maybe fake? CGI? You tell me.
Just found out some really creepy stuff about Chris Brown's stalker, and even he is scared for his life. I believe this is her at a Chris Brown meet and greet. He had no idea of what she was doing at the time, but pay attention to how she is dressed in all red, even her hair, because there's a conspiracy about this woman that's just gonna send chills down your spine. But this is no ordinary stalker. She was sending death threats to Chris Brown and his dancers.
Okay, what I gotta do, if I gotta join a gang, if I gotta do some mob shit, I don't care. Cause even I can say it, cause you go with the wrong crew, you don't go to jail. Shit, man, I gotta work for the government. Where can I legally kill? Cause I'm coming for you motherfuckers as soon as I can. Might be 20 years from now. Laugh, laugh, hee hee, ha ha. When I can legally kill, I can kill it. My word is over your word, and they gonna believe me over you.
She also found a way onto his neighbor's property. I think she said she was gonna tour the house to buy it or something, just so she can get pictures and videos of his house. She finally makes it to the backyard, and then you can see her saying this is a nice view, and his house is right there.
Move them, and the view is nice.
Now back to the conspiracies. People are saying this might be some type of demonic possession because one, she's dressed in all red, and in this video I'm about to show you, she says that she keeps sending him Bibles and books that has to do with God, and she keeps calling herself an angel.
He's got a lot of Bible things for me. I sent him this, I sent him a Bible. This is all throughout from 2021. I sent him there's a DVD called Silence in God in America, Silence in God. Like, you know, I'm just an angel. I'm his angel. I'm his angel. Like,
there's really people like that, and that is a scary part. Like, they don't have either they really don't have a good reason, or they really just have a delusional reason, and you can't tell them nothing.
So the government is probably gonna come to my house and take me for saying this, but I've noticed this the last week, and it's so weird. So I live in West Hollywood. My boyfriend and I go for walks every night at 1 a.m. with our dog for 2 hours. Since the quarantine, we've noticed a couple of cops sitting on this particular street. Just sitting. And mind you, it's too many cops for the street. The street has a few famous restaurants. I noticed after a couple of nights of walking that I could hear voices in this boarded up restaurant. And there's also been street cleaners every night, this same exact spot. But we haven't seen street cleaners anywhere else in West Hollywood. The other night, we saw a guy in a bulletproof vest with guns and handcuffs around his belt get a cooler out of an unmarked car and take it into this restaurant's gate that I kept hearing voices come out of. And the people that wash the street always stare at us when we walk by. What is going on? I think it's a
Jeff Bezos, the richest guy in the world.
He's fascinating to
And he
me.
sits on a Pentagon board, and he has a $600 million deal with the CIA, and he runs the paper of note.
Wait. $600 million deal with the CIA? It's on Alexa just gathering up information on everything you do?
Yes, it
that
is.
That thing bothers the shit out of me, yeah.
One guy wrote something bad about Amazon. He got disciplined. He criticized about how Jeff Bezos treats his workers.
I've talked to someone who actually worked there. So say an order comes in. They literally have like a countdown on their tablet. I don't know what the amount of time is, but you have to run and find that product and get it in the box and get it shipped out. I go, you run? He goes, yeah, you literally run.
Well, they also have these new things, the wrists, the bands, that shock you.
No, were you serious?
Yeah. If you're moving the wrong way, it'll shock you back.
Oh,
50%
no.
of all online purchases go through Amazon.com in the United States.
50%?
Yeah. 51% of households in America have Amazon Prime.
You guys, real quick, I almost believe that because when I worked for Amazon, I worked at home. And when I tell you that we had to be clocked in and on this screen and on the phone 24/7, like the whole time, I'm telling you, we had to play so many roles and so many parts in my position. And I almost felt like I was working on Wall Street. It was so stressful. We worked with like $1 million accounts. It was very, very crazy. And just the first time in life where I actually got a migraine because of how stressful it was. So I do believe them.
Welcome to hell.
Look up hell in Black's Law. Okay. Hell, the name formerly given to a place under the exchequer chamber where the king's debtors were confined. Wow.
Megan Fox is a demon.
Who's playing that character? And they were like, oh, Machine Gun Kelly. And I like kind of knew the name, but didn't. So I'm like, Machine Gun Kelly. I like look it up. And I was like, oh, fuck, we're gonna be in so much trouble. Because he's literally like my exact physical type that I've been manifesting since I was 4. I'm also 4 years older than him. So I think I made him, my thoughts and intentions grew him into the person that he is. Who knows what he would have looked like or been like if it wasn't for me. I guess drank each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
Okay.
We have to talk about what this kid is saying in this video because I don't think he's making it up. Before I play the video, there's context. So this mother and son are watching scenic relaxation videos. He suddenly starts crying because he has this really bizarre memory. A lot of people are saying that, oh, he's just dreaming or he has a vivid imagination. I don't believe any of that. About to play the video, but watch this part when he leans back and he like stares upward. It's almost like he's having some sort of vision.
What's wrong? What's wrong, buddy? Talk to me. What happened?
Can I wet my nose?
Okay, what you're talking about? We passed away. Who passed away? What are you talking about, baby?
The river made us pass away.
The river did?
Yes.
The river made me and you pass away?
Yes.
A long time ago?
Yes. And now we're back.
Okay. And you got that from Scenic Relaxation and AK?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, we died. Is that what you said?
No, I passed away.
Okay.
No, we didn't do that. We just passed away.
In the river?
Yes.
Okay, and why do you feel like that?
Because I passed away in the river.
By yourself?
With you.
Oh, with me?
Yes.
I was with you?
I want to pass away again.
are?
I want to again.
You want to again?
Yes.
Why?
Because I don't want to be here.
You don't want to be here?
No.
Why? Why don't you want to be here?
I will come back soon.
You will come back soon?
I will come back here soon as...
Grayson, honey, what are you talking about? Baby, you've got to calm down. And what made you say all that? What made you say that story?
No, not a story.
It's not? It's not a story. Don't eat your boogers, buddy. We'll wipe them.
No! I want to eat boogers.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's not do that, okay?
Let's do that.
Does it make you feel better?
Yeah.
Does it make you not want to pass away no more?
Yes.
Okay, let's not want to pass away no more, okay?
Why?
Because Mommy would be so sad.
Did you want to pass away with me?
I will go anywhere with you, buddy.
Why?
Because I'll never leave you alone. Ever. I'm always going to be here for you, okay? Okay?
Will you pass away for me?
I sure would.
Poor baby.
I sure would, dude. I just don't understand what made you think of this. Buddy.
Something about the look in this kid's eyes. This is a memory. This is not like he dreamed this.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I was about to say the same thing. Like he was in shambles with his emotions, like almost like he went back in time and felt it, like a PTSD episode almost. Poor baby.
You want to go a few rounds?
Sure.
Tell me something I don't know about the destruction of Skrullos.
You know everything there is to know about it, period.
The name of the game is tell me something I don't know.
We were overpowered by the Kree. We held them off for as long as we could. When we couldn't hold them off any longer, the million of us that were left, we fled.
Interesting. Tell me something I don't know about the Skrulls that fled.
They're here.
Who's here?
All of us.
Wait. You're telling me there's 1 million Skrulls walking amongst us right now? Have you lost your reptilian ass mind?
I 100% believe that demons and angels walk this earth, and some of them have taken on human form. If you think that's crazy, just hold on, I'll show you what the Bible says about it. But have you ever met someone and you're like, man, that person is such an angel, like they're not even real? And vice versa. It's like, you ever been around someone and their energy is just so off and you feel like super uncomfortable and it's almost feels like it's demonic? That person could be a demon. You can see it in their eyes sometimes, the energy they give off. But anyway, Hebrews 13:2 says, do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without even knowing it. Let me know what you think, because the verse before that says, keep on loving one another as brother and sisters. And then it goes on to say the angel thing. So you might have encountered someone who's an angel, and if that's the case, then surely demons are real as well. I've always believed they're real, but I've never really thought about them being in human form, which is absolutely wild to think.
Imagine being locked in a psych facility because you think the FBI is after you. And everyone thinks you're crazy, but it turns out you're actually telling the truth. This is one of the most bizarre psych stories that I've lived to experience, where a woman came into our ward with delusions of grandeur, allegedly, after believing the FBI was after her and using multiple tactics in order to capture her. Now in psych, we are not strangers to people coming in with all types of claims that the higher ups or the powers that be are after them. Matter of fact, the most common ones are the FBI, the CIA, the police, the government, the Secret Service, aliens, angels, demons, like all of these things. So as you can imagine, when I'm doing her intake assessment, I'm listening to what she's saying and all of the events that led up to her being here. And it sounds like a thought salad, but here's how I get down. I don't prejudge people. I let them talk about what their experience is as it is without like the faces of or like doubtful responses. Now, I don't confirm the things in which they're saying. I just allow the space for them to speak it comfortably. Because a lot of times if you listen, you can catch patterns and maybe be able to circle around an event where the trauma has started and initiated this way of thinking, or where the central location is. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Just a little background on this woman. She ended up getting arrested because she lifted up a shotgun and shot it across the street into her neighbor's front door. It was a married couple who was not home, thank goodness, but she claimed that they were spies and that she would catch them spying on her and believe that they were after her. A very scary thing to think about because you can't choose your neighbors. This woman is disheveled, bug-eyed. You can clearly tell she has not been getting any sleep, which is a huge contributor to psychosis. She was very dehydrated, spit forming in the corners of her mouth. But she said she was relieved to be in the facility and maybe it will give her more time. That's what she kept referencing. Maybe I will get more time. But she was adamant about the fact that the FBI was after her. So I'm writing these things down. I'm going and sharing it with staff. And they're like, wow, ain't like it ain't nothing we ain't heard before. But that shotgun, that's crazy. She's with us for a few days. And then one day, the unthinkable, the unimaginable happens. We were a locked facility that was located on a separate floor than all the units. So you had to get through 2 doors before you get onto the psych ward. 2 men in suits and sunglasses, I kid you not, y'all, come up to the door, ring the bell. The nurses looking at each other, we looking at each other like, who could this be? Is this like religious services coming up to pray for patients? Or is there somebody that got visiting days wrong or visiting times wrong? Because it definitely wasn't visiting hours. We're all looking at the camera in bewilderment, and then the charge nurse goes out to greet the men at the door. All right, and so we're watching her talk to them, which feels like maybe, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half. And then she brings them in onto the unit. I'm like, oh, maybe these are the bigwigs, some CEOs that have come to do a random inspection of our hospital and, you know, how things are going. But as the charge nurse comes back to the nurses station, she's telling us that we need to pull the patient's chart that, you know, we had for a few days, the one with delusions of grandeur about the FBI being after her, right? And we need to wipe her stuff from the system. What? So we're like, what are you talking about? She said, I can't answer any of that right now. Please, guys, just follow this. And so we're all looking at each other like, what in the world? So we pull the chart and she goes to the room to grab the patient. She packs up her belongings, which wasn't much. And then she says, hey, you have to go. At this point, it's like the lady understands what's going on. And she has this catatonic look on her face. She looks defeated. And she's just like, I told you guys, I told you. And these 2 men escort her off of the unit with her chart. And to add even more context, the charge nurse didn't just do this under her own volition, because this could be anybody. You got to protect patients. I'm sure y'all got 1,000 questions, just as I did. She called the doctor, the psychiatrist, the social, like everybody was in on this. And these guys showed their badge. And where were they from? The FBI. Never in my days have I seen anything like this. And we were all spooked and freaked out, but we weren't allowed to know anything about what they were doing with her, why they were taking her in. And after bringing in everybody that is anybody in the hospital that could have something to say about this, all they could recognize is that these men had clearance to do exactly what they came to do. We weren't allowed to know what business they had with this woman. We weren't allowed to know the connection and anything like that. The best thing that we could leave with was that maybe it had something to do with her shooting that shotgun into her neighbor's door. But usually that will be a police matter. And the police brought her to the psych ward. I don't know, y'all. I've never had a situation like that ever happen to me in all my years that I worked in psych. What would you do in this situation? And how would that change the outlook on patient delusions that are reported to you? Would you give pause? Or would there be any pause to give? Because if you knew that it was true, could you do anything about it? Is there anything that could have been done? What do y'all think? Let me know. This is a crazy one.
being super suspicious. Do you guys feel like that actually happens? Are there a specific and a special type of people that they are looking for and that they are after? Do they have some type of gifts? I don't know what they could have that the FBI would possibly want to use them for, but do you think that actually happens?
They are putting it right in our faces. I don't know if you saw the season finale of Double Feature, the alien version, but check this out. This is the last episode.
Play out. It was clear that you were going to take some lumps.
My head. They want to burn down the White House with me inside it. This goddamn war.
The war is performing a very important function.
It's destroying my presidency.
I have to you a little. And you needed to get a needle. Sometimes the doctor would distract you. He would show you a toy, and then while you were playing with it, he'd jab you. If people are focused on the war, they won't be thinking about all of the Americans going missing.
And what about the Vietnam War? Will never last 50 years.
Of course it won't. Which is why we have a full menu of distractions prepared.
You think I'm gonna sacrifice?
Distractions can come in many forms.
And destroy my adversaries, for I am the servant.
What? A lot of people are gonna think, well, it's fictional, it's American Horror Story, that's what they do. This season of American Horror Story is not even like the others. I'm not even gonna cap. This season was weak, okay? And if you're an American Horror Story fan, you already know that this season was trash. Because what is going on? But my theory is that with everything going on with the Galactic Federation, they are obligated right now to tell us what the fuck is going on. So what better way to do it than put it inside of a TV show that is based off of fictional mindsets, fictional stories.
Fictional.
So of course, this is the season that they want to throw the alien stuff in there. Just a theory. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Definitely.
Damn, that's crazy. We really had giants out here. You had to be a giant to pick that sword up. Ain't no way. It'll take like thousands of people to pick that sword up. Look at how big that sword is. That's doing like a walking tunnel. Like, that's crazy. Oh my God. Look how people are looking right now. They probably gotta be shocked. Can you imagine this being right there if you see a sword that big in the ground? That's crazy.
That's huge.
Damn, man, that's crazy. I definitely believe it now. That sword is... Damn. Sword like a bread size. Like, come on. Who can carry that? Nobody. That's crazy.
Hold on, they just showed us like 3 different swords, so keep in mind. You gotta really pay attention to what they show you, because sometimes it is misinformation. You know, we get too excited to wanting to believe stuff. Like, I mean, I do believe in a way that could have been discovered, but they did just show us 3 different ones. So just keep that in mind.
Let's just buy some Playboy Cardi merch. Let's just buy some Playboy Cardi pentagrams and keychains of upside down crosses, man. No one talks about this. Yeah, let's buy a tank top with 30 upside down crosses. How is this even real, bro? Y'all still listen to this guy, huh? I get it, man. There's good rappers out there. But you go to his concert and you're pulling up to a bunch of kids wearing this, mosh pitting. You're telling me there's no weird energy going on? I mean, that's what we call brainwashing. You have Baphomet on a sweatshirt. Baphomet on a sweatshirt.
Oh no. We rebuke that right here, right now.
Did anyone else notice how Trump
that over
ended
there.
his speech at the RNC? He ended it with an opera, but I think this may have had some deep meaning. The name of the song was Nessun Dorma, which translates into None Shall Sleep. This is the same song that played at the end of the movie Sum of All Fears. And if you know, you know, but while this song was playing in the end of this movie, all of the traders paid. Watch this. So Snoop Dogg responded to everyone who called him out for wearing this goat head chain at the Olympics. I'm going to show you what he says right now, but the only reason I found this odd is because this guy has been around the industry for a while. He knows what's going to come with wearing something like this. I 100% understand his reasoning, but the fact that he continued to still wear it and take pictures with it, it just makes you wonder. Especially at the Olympics where the symbolism was everywhere.
I don't know what y'all thought this was, but this is the GOAT. I had this made because somebody told me I was the GOAT. So I wanted to make me a GOAT chain. All that other shit y'all talking about, I don't know what y'all talking about, but this is the GOAT. Greatest of all time. With a blue diamond on his head, gold. So now y'all know the truth. It's a GOAT. I don't know what kind of misprint y'all niggas was on. Media love starting shit. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm over here having fun in pairs.
Are you guys, so when it comes to the GOAT and people wearing the symbolism of a chain or it on their clothes, when do you think it is appropriate? When do you think it's not appropriate? Is it safe, or will it always have ties to like Satanism or, you know, some other crazy stuff to it?
I just dropped a new music video and the symbolism is dark. She literally turns into a serpent and she consumes men. Then you have her dancing in front of a blood moon, and if you know anything about blood moon rituals, this has a lot of symbolism in itself. There's a lot of other little things in the music video, you can go watch it if you want, but this is the same person who was dancing at a Kamala Harris rally, helping her to get votes, and then she just drops this song. It's all connected.
Come on now.
What the hell is that? What is happening? It's moving fast. It's crazy. Oh, it scared me. Scared me?
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well...
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a...
You know, when I see a car like this, first thing I do is I say, would you look at this?
Okay, let's pause that for a second. So it looks like if the surface was curved, aka is if the world was curved, as in a globe, a round globe, it would look like the left picture. But if it was flat, it would look like the right, and the right is usually what we see. And there's an example at the bottom, what we usually see. Comment down below.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
This is legit terrifying, but also makes a lot of sense. So a bunch of psychologists did research on Americans and actually found only 10 to 15% of people are truly aware. 95% of the population thinks they are, and they're absolutely not. Honestly, this makes total fucking sense, but it's actually pretty terrifying as well. Self-awareness is the ability to understand yourself, including your values, goals, personality, strengths, weaknesses, and how others perceive you. Being self-aware is taking accountability, being responsible, like actually knowing who the fuck you are. This is why, you know, I've said it, you have said it, that anyone who's awake when you're like out and about, like it just, like you're not being, I hate like that people think this way, like you're being egotistical or narcissistic. That's not the definition of what that is. You're just, when you see people and you sense that nothing is there, the aura is literally, the light switch on your aura is clicked off. There's nothing within people when you're walking around. That's because 90% of people, up to 85% of people, are not self-aware. Makes you realize you shouldn't be worrying about the opinions of others.
That is so crazy and so scary at the same time, but then it makes you feel like, man, like if you're one of the woke people that are walking around or very connected people walking around. It's almost like you're the main character, just like as if it will be in like a video game like Grand Theft Auto. Like everybody else is just walking around you, but you have a mission and you are aware of yourself, and everybody else is just fried and cooked. And it is scary because in that type of mindset, you don't take responsibility, you don't take accountability. You're kind of living in a delusional world and a delusional mindset to the point where they can be very harmful, just to you and society in general. And I don't like that, but I guess that's where we're at right now, which makes a lot of sense. If you wonder why the world is what it is because people are literal zombies. Anyways, guys, that was the last video. I had an amazing time with you guys. As always, thank you so much for everybody that has joined our family and subscribed. You mean so much to me. If you are new here, please like the video, hit the notification bell down below, and subscribe and join our team, join our family. I promise you, you are gonna love it over here, and I will catch you on the next one.